Be business-minded with your child's school, not friendly. You black mothers, y'all come off too friendly. Black fathers tend to know better. But black mothers, y'all go into them schools smiling, laughing, acting like the teacher is your friend. You better stop. Stop smiling with the school. They not your friend. They not. Show them you mean business. Show up like you mean business. That means, black mother, don't go to the school in your damn pajamas. The next time I see a black mother, you know what? At the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, I'm going to have a Super Soaker water gun. At the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, I'm going to have a Super Soaker water gun. Invented by a black man, by the way. Invented by a black man, by the way. Invented by a black man, by the way. I'm going to have a Super Soaker water gun. And if any black mother walks into the doors of the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey RBG International Leadership Academy for Pan-African Excellence in your pajamas, I'm telling you now, if you walk into my school in your pajamas, I'm a Super Soaker your ass from head to toe. And I'm going to make sure I mess your hair up, your weave in the process. I'm telling you now. See, we an independent school. We can do that. We not a charter school. We not a charter school. We not a public school. We independent. This is Garvey talking. We independent. So I'm telling all my black mothers now, when you show up to drop your son off at the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, stay your ass in the car if you got your pajamas on. Because if you come in my school with your pajamas, I'm a Super Soaker your ass from head to toe. And I'm going to make sure I mess up your blonde weave. I'm telling you now, this is King Kong. Come to my school with your damn pajamas on, black mother. You just crawled out the bed after getting bent over, and you're going to come out the house straight out the bed with sex crumbs all over your body. You're going to crawl out the bed and come to my school with sex crumbs all over your body. Looking like a damn ghost because all that makeup you wear done ate your natural skin juices up. All that makeup you wear on your face done ate your natural skin juices up. So you look like a damn ghost without makeup with 10 feet long eyelashes. You show up at my school in some pajamas. I'm a grab the super soaker. I'm a grab the super soaker. I'm a grab the Super Soaker water gun. I'm going to grab the Super Soaker water gun. I'm going to aim at your weave, your perm, your blonde extensions, and I'm a Super Soaker your ass from head to toe. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. FDMG. FDMG is coming, baby. FDMG is coming. You got one time to show up in your pajamas. That is so unprofessional. To crawl out your bed with your man's juices dried up on your thigh, your juices dried up on your cheeks, and you crawled your ashy ass out the bed with sex crumbs all over you in your nasty pajamas, and you think you're going to come to the Frederick Douglass, and you think you're going to walk into my school, and then you're going to drop them off late. Most of you pajama queens, most of you pajama mamas, that's what I'm going to call you. Pajama mama. Are you a pajama mama? Are you a pajama mama? Are you that pajama mama who be crawling out the bed with sex crumbs on you? Putting your dusty pajamas on flip-flops? Crust in your eye, crust stash around your mouth? You didn't go to bed till 4 o'clock, so you woke up late? Because your bend over session didn't start till about 1 in the morning, till Mike got free from selling his weed pack. So Mike didn't get to your house till 1:30. You and Mike didn't go to sleep till 4 o'clock because y'all was making black magic. And so you want to Bring your son late. You want to sign him in late. Oh, Dr. Umar, I'm so sorry I overslept. Dr. Umar, I'm so sorry I overslept. And you think you're going to bring your late ass in my school? You think you're going to bring your late ass in my school with sex crumbs all on you? I'm going to line your ass up. I'm going to line you up. I'm telling you right now, black mother. And I'm going to aim at that weave. I'm going to aim at that perm and that blonde hair. Y'all know I can't stand a black woman with blonde hair. You know I can't stand a black woman. Oh, I'm going to line you up. And I'm a super soaker your ass. Since you didn't want to wash your ass before you brought your son in. Since you didn't want to wash your ass and you crawled out the bed with sex crumbs. Since you didn't want to wash your ass. I'm going to put some alkaline water and I'm going to put a little, I'm going to put some, what we call it? The African black soap. I'm going to put some African black soap since you don't want to wash your ass before you brought your son to my school after you had the sex crumbs. I'm going to put some African shea butter soap in here with the alkaline water. In fact, I'm going to turn this into a soup. This is a super circle bomb. I'm going to just bomb her ass. I'm going to just bomb. Super circle. I can't stand a pajama mama. Always late, always in your pajamas. Always bringing your son to school late, always in your... Do we have any pajama mamas on the live? Be honest, ladies. If you one of those irresponsible, undisciplined, go to sleep late, drop your kid off late, sex crumbs, pajama mamas, where you at? Where my pajama mamas at? Where my pajama? I know some of y'all on here. Stop lying. Where my pajama mama? Some of y'all dropped your son off late to school this morning in your pajamas. Stop lying. Stop lying. Some of y'all dropped your son off late this morning in your damn pajamas with sex crumbs on you. There we go. We have a pajama mama. She confessed. Sister, no more pajama mamas. Show up like you mean business. If you don't take school seriously, they're not going to take teaching your child seriously. If you don't take school seriously, they're not going to take teaching your child seriously. If you don't take school seriously, they're not going to take teaching your child seriously, brothers and sisters. Ladies, I know y'all love me. I know y'all ladies love me because I fight for the kids, brothers. See, me and y'all, we not the same, right? Y'all get the women with your money, with your looks, with your car, with your jewelry, with your bank account. That's how y'all get the queens, right? Y'all lead with materialism because that's all you got. You lead with what you have. You get the queens with what you have. I got money, I got car, I got house, I got this. You lead with possessions. You lead with what you have. I lead with who I am. With who I am. I get the queens for who I am. You get the queens for what you have. You see the difference? I will always be who I am, but you may not always have that. That's the difference between me and y'all. I serve the community. I serve the people. I serve the children. I serve the parents. I'm building the institutions. I get the love from the queens for who I am. You ninjas got to dress up with $5,000 worth of clothes on, $50,000 watch, $100,000 car. That's how you get the queens. You have to Europeanize yourself to get the queen. I just show up, 6'3", North Philly beard, King Kong consciousness, melanin drip, Leo season, and I get the queens. We not the same, my brother. We not the same. I pull up with a dashiki and some wooden beads and you can't compete with me. With your Benz, your money, you still can't compete with me because you competing with who I am with what you have. But I digress. But I digress. But I digress. As you know, I'm always on the Pan-African War Trail. And because I'm always on the Pan-African War Trail, sometimes I don't get enough time to check in with black parents who may not necessarily be conscious, who may not necessarily be Pan-Africanist, who may not necessarily be politically inclined. So today, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I'm going to give black parents 9 tips to deal with the current school year. Number 1, you should try to get the contact information for as many black parents in your child's classroom and school as possible. This is a big mistake black parents make. Y'all don't start looking for other parents to communicate with until your child gets in trouble. That's too late. That's too late. Dr.UMAR Ifatunde is telling you the first day of school, soon when you see another black parent whose child is in your child's classroom, ask them for their phone number. Get all of them. If your child is at a predominantly white school, you can get every black parent's number. Let me say this again. If your child is at a predominantly black student school, you need all the black parent contacts for your child's classmates. All the black parent contacts for your child's classmates. If your child attends a predominantly white school, you want the contacts for every black parent you can find. Do you understand? Do you understand? Do you overstand? Do you understand? You need allies in this war to save your child. And too many black parents are going through the same thing. Too many black parents are going through the same thing for y'all to be fighting by yourself. The first month of school is all about collecting the contact information for other black parents. Walk up to them. How you doing? My son and your son is in the same class. Would you mind if I take your phone number in case we need to have a conversation down the road? Your daughter and my daughter attend the same school. If you don't mind, I would like to get your phone number in case we need to have a conversation down the road. Start getting the contact information for other black parents. Stop waiting until your child is in a crisis and now you don't have the contact information for other children. When a lot of your children get into these behavioral situations where other children are involved and you need to talk to the other parent, but you don't have the other parent contact, that's your fault. That's your fault. That's your fault. When you need to talk to other black parents, but you don't have other black parents' contact information, that's your fault. You should have had their contact information the first month of school. This way you could have talked to them. Never let the school know you're keeping in contact with other black parents. Never let the school know you're keeping in contact with other black parents. Never let the school know you're keeping in contact with other black parents. Black mothers, you have to discipline your mouth box. Black mothers, you have to discipline your mouth box. You talk too much, you tell the school too much. The school don't need to know which parents you are friendly with. They don't need to know that. They are not your friend. No school is your friend. Not the charter school, not the public school, not the private school, not the parochial school, not the independent school. You don't have friends inside of your child's school. Let me say that again. You don't have friends inside of your child's school. I want to make that very, very clear. You don't have friends inside your child's school. So the principal doesn't need to know that you are friends with another child's parent, because you never know when you and that other child's parent are going to have to work together to protect your child or their child. You never know when the other child's parent and you will have to work together to protect your child or their child. Never let the school know what cards you have in your hand. Never let the school know what cards you have in your hand. So that's number one. Get other parents' contact. Get other parents' contact. Get other parents' contact. That's number one. Number two, keep track of all your child's suspensions and detentions. Keep track of all your child's suspensions and detentions. Keep track of all your child's suspensions and detentions. Don't leave it up to the school to keep track of suspensions and detentions, because schools often bury suspension notices, especially for special ed children. Schools do not keep honest track of your child's suspensions. They don't, especially if your child has an IEP. Especially if your child has an IEP. Especially if your child has an IEP. You know why? Because in the United States of America, you can only suspend a special ed child for 10 days. Total. In the United States of America, you can only suspend a special ed child for 10 days. In the United States of America, you can only suspend a special ed child for 10 days before the IEP team has to conduct a manifestation determination and approve subsequent days of removal. So since the special ed kids only get 10 days, the school only has 10 days that they can use to suspend a special ed child. You know they're going to go over because your child doesn't know how to act. You know they're going to go over the 10 days. So you need to be keeping track of the suspensions. Every time you get a suspension notice, put it in a notebook. You should have a notebook for every child. The era of the disorganized black parent died yesterday. The era of the disorganized black parent died yesterday. The era of the disorganized black parent died today. Today is the birth of the organized black parent. This day forward, we are now organized black parents. We are no longer sloppy. We are no longer disorganized. We are no longer uninformed. This is the beginning. This is the birth of the organized black parent. So get on your job. If you're not going to raise them, stop having them. If you're not going to raise them, stop having them. If you're not going to protect them, stop having them. If you're not going to take their education seriously, start having them. Stop having them. Because every time you birth a black child into this world that you are not taking serious, you just gave birth to another slave for the plantation. That's all you did. You either birthing a revolutionary or you birthing a slave. That's it. That's it. There's no in between. You either giving birth to a revolutionary or you giving birth to a slave. That's it. Every black parent, every black person in this world, male or female, rich or poor, educated or uneducated, is either a slave or a revolutionary. Clarence Thomas is a slave. Charles Barkley is a slave. Candace Owens is a slave. Jesse Lee Peterson is a slave. You either giving birth to slaves or you giving birth to revolutionaries. That's it. Keep track of the suspensions. Keep track of the suspensions. Keep track of the suspensions. Okay? Also, if your child is suspended and you don't get a notice, they didn't do you a favor. Demand a notice. If your child is suspended and you didn't get a notice, demand a notice. Sometimes they don't give you the notice because they want you to forget about the suspension day. This is a trick that principals use. They will suspend your child and not put it on the record. They will suspend your child and not put it on the record. Sometimes they don't give you the suspension notice because the suspension notice was written up to make your child look like a demon. They don't want you to see it. Sometimes they don't give you the suspension notice because the suspension notice was written up to make your child look like a demon. They don't want you to see it. Demand the suspension notice. I did not get the suspension notice. And if you don't get a suspension notice, take your child back to school. Legally, I'm giving you the law. In the United States of America, you cannot suspend a child without a notification. They have to go home with paperwork. You have to email the parent paperwork. If your child is suspended and you didn't get a notice, if your child is suspended from school and you didn't get a notice, they are not suspended. Take your child back to school. Take your child back to school. And if they say he can't come in here, he's suspended, give me a notice. And if you're not going to give me a notice, I'm going down to the superintendent's office right now. I'm taking my child to the superintendent's office right now. I'm taking my child to the superintendent of the school district's office right now. And you go downtown and you tell them the principal is breaking the law. He gave my child verbal notice of a suspension with no documentation. With no documentation. You cannot suspend a child without documentation. Part of the suspension process requires documentation. My child didn't get any documentation. I wasn't given any documentation. Take the child back to school. Take the child to the superintendent's office. Never let your child stay home without a notice. You need documentation. Email, postal mail, book bag mail. You need notice. Hit the Cash App, $ FDMG School. Why aren't your celebrity friends funding your dreams? I'm going to let you meditate on that question. I think the question is very obvious if you know me and you know them. I'm going to let you meditate on that question because I think the answer is very obvious if you know me and you know them. Shout out to the live alkaline water. Get your live alkaline water. Get your live alkaline water, brothers and sisters. Get your live alkaline water. Get your live alkaline water, King Kong. I pulled up at about 11:30 last night. I don't know how this got in my hotel room. I don't know how this got in my hotel room because I know I didn't stop at McDonald's. I don't know how this got in my hotel room because I know I didn't stop at McDonald's, brothers and sisters. I'm telling you, I have no recollection of stopping at McDonald's. I don't know how this got in my room. Somebody put this in my room last night. It wasn't me. Somebody put this, my vegan Africans, my vegetarian Africans. I did not stop at the McDonald's last night. I didn't. I don't know how this got in my room. Somebody trying to set me up. I did not stop at McDonald's. They trying to set me up. I need you to understand, overstand, and understand me. I need you to understand, overstand, and understand me. I did not stop at McDonald's. I didn't. I did not do that. I'm working on my diet. Maybe I was sleepwalking last night. I might have was sleepwalking last night. I might have sleptwalked last night. And I might, in my sleepwalking, I might have went through the drive-thru without being conscious. I might have went through the drive-thru while I was sleepwalking, and I might have got me a fish fillet. I might have got me a fish fillet meal. I can't remember. I can't remember. Don't charge it to my head. My heart, charge it to my head. Sometimes I'll be sleepwalking through the hood. If you ever catch King Kong sleepwalking through the hood, I need you to just wake me up a little bit, shake me up. DR.UMAR, you sleepwalking. You sleepwalking right now. I think I might have accidentally was sleepwalking and I walked through the McDonald's drive-thru and got a fish fillet meal because it was 11:30 at night. I was kind of hungry. I was tired and I might have accidentally had a REM sleep, a deep REM sleep, sleepwalk, and I might have accidentally picked up a fish fillet. Charge it to my head, not my heart, vegetarians. Charge it to my head, not my heart, vegetarians. Charge it to my head, not my heart, my vegan Africans. Okay? I thought I was dreaming, but I might have been sleepwalking because I woke up and this was in the bed with me. I woke up and this was in the bed with me. So let's get back to the message. I'm going to get it out my system with the alkaline. I'm going to flush it out with the alkaline water. I'm going to flush it out with the alkaline water. I'm going to flush it out with the alkaline water. I'm going to flush out the fillet of fish. It was late. I was tired. I was sleepwalking. I had no control over. I was sleepwalking. I'm going to flush it out with the alkaline water. Number 3, black parents. Number 3, document, document, document. The biggest mistake black parents make is you do not document. White culture is based on documentation. If you don't keep a log, if you don't keep a journal, if you don't keep a paper trail, if you don't keep an email trail, You will never win your complaint against your child's teacher. You will never win your complaint against your child's IEP team. You will never win your complaint against your child's school. Stop being lazy. You have a cell phone. You have a cell phone. You have a cell phone. So when you leave the meeting, go to your audio messages and do a quick 1-minute audio message. Today, I met with Principal Slobenberger at We Hate Black Children Charter School in Baltimore, Maryland. We Hate Black Children Charter School, Capitol Heights, Maryland. We Hate Black Children Charter School, Eastern Shore, Maryland. He told me that he was going to remove the suspension from my child's record because there should have been a detention, not a suspension. There you go. Because you're not going to remember that 6 months from now. You're not going to remember that 3 months from now. You have too much going on in your life. You need documentation. Document everything. Special ed parents, document. Regular ed parents, document. Gifted parents, document. College prep parents, document. Low achieving student parents, document. And for you parents who got children who don't know how to behave, for you parents who don't have children, who have children who don't know how to behave, for you parents who have children who don't know how to behave, you better be documenting every day, because you're going to need all your notes to save your badass child. You're going to need all your notes to save your badass child. You're going to need all your notes to save your badass child. I know it's not easy, single mothers. I know it's not easy, single fathers. I know it's not easy, single mothers. I know it's not easy, single fathers. That's why I'm about to put together an academic explosion for black parents. What do y'all think about that? I'm going to do 5 academic explosion conferences. I'm going to do 5 single black parent conferences. What do y'all think about that? Married black parents can come too, but we're going to focus on single black parents. What do y'all think about a single black parents conference? What do y'all think about a conference for the single black mother, the single black father, the auntie, the uncle, the big brother, the big sister, the grandparent who's raising their... What do y'all think about a DR.UMAR single black parent conference explosion? What do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about that? So this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. And the first one is probably going to be in Maryland. The first one is probably going to be in Maryland. The first one is probably going to be right here in Maryland. If any of you want to present at the Single Black Parents Conference, if you are a nurse, a therapist, if you are we're going to have a black book bazaar, okay? We're going to have a black book fair at the Single Black Parents. So if you're a black author, if you have children's books or books for black parents, no ghetto novels, no hip hop magazines. No ghetto novels, no hip hop magazines. No ghetto novels, no hip hop magazine. But if you're a nurse, a therapist, a social worker, community organizer, parent advocate, parent support group, and you want to present at DR.UMAR's Single Black Parent Conference, what do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about that? Single Black Parent Conference with a black book fair, a black market, a black marketplace, a black book fair. Oh, yes. I've already changed the game, but I'm really about to change the game. See, I've been playing with y'all these past 13 years of being the #1 king of all black consciousness on the planet. I was just playing with y'all the past 13 years, being the king of black consciousness on the entire planet, 7 continents. I just was playing with y'all. Now it's time to get down to business. Single Black Parent Conference coming soon, featuring Black Marketplace, Black Book Fair. I want all the black children's authors to be in the building. Where are my black children's book authors who got children with natural hair in their books? Where all my black children's book authors at? Make some noise. Where my black children's book authors at? Shout out to all my black children's book authors with natural headed black girls and boys, with dark skinned black boys and girls in your book, light skinned black girls and boys, brown skinned black girls and boys in your book. Single Black Parent Conference. Now let me say this to the brotherhood. Let me say this to the brotherhood. Let me say this to the brotherhood. Don't come to the Single Black Parents Conference wifey shopping. My brothers, do not come to my Single Black Parents Conference wifey hunting. If you want a wifey hunt, you come to the Conscious Singles Convention. The Conscious Singles Convention is if you want a wifey hunt. The Single Black Parent Conference is to help us raise our children. You understand me, brothers? We must stay focused. We must stay focused. We must stay focused. The Single Black Parent Conference is not the Conscious Singles Convention. The Single Black Parent Conference is not the Conscious Singles Convention. The Single Black Parent Conference is not the Conscious Singles Convention. We're not doing ebooks, my queen. We want print books. Computers are bad for our children's eyes. Computers are bad for our children's eyes. Everybody's going to need glasses if we're going to raise our children on computer screens. Be careful. The computer screen is not the friend of your child's eyes. We want printed books. But anyway, getting back to the point, document, document, document. Document, document, document. Next up, know the statistics for your child's school district. Know the statistics for your child's school district. Know the statistics for your child's school district. What do I mean by that? What is the average reading level of fifth graders in your child's school district? What is the average math level of fourth graders in your child's school district? What is the average comprehension skill level of sixth graders in your child's school district? How did the children in your child's grade perform last year on the state achievement tests? Why don't you know that? You should know how the children in your child's grade scored overall in your district last year. You know why you need to know that, black parents? You know why you need to know that, black parents? You want to know why you need to know that, black parents? Is when they try to recruit your child for special ed. When the slave catchers inside your child's school try to recruit your child for the special ed auction block, you can say time out. Yes, my child is behind in reading. Yes, my child is behind in reading, but so is almost every other kid in his grade. Why y'all singling out my child? Yes, my daughter is behind in math. Yes, my daughter is behind in math. Yes, my daughter is behind in math, but according to the statistics at the State Department of Education on your district's website, most children in my daughter's grade scored exactly as she did. So why are you singling my daughter out for special education? Why are you singling my daughter out for special education? You must know the statistics for your school district so you can intelligently and effectively combat the special ed slave patrol when they come to kidnap your child into special education. Oh yes, when the special ed slave patrol come to kidnap your child into special ed, you have to be able to spit the statistics. Why are you singling my child out when most of the children in my child's grade is reading, comprehending, computing at the same level? Next point. Know your child's IEP. Know your child's IEP. Know your child's IEP. Know your child's IEP. It is amazing to me. You know what? Can I tell y'all a story? I could count on one hand in 25 years. I can count on one hand 25 years. 25 years. The amount of black parents I met who actually read their child's psychological evaluation and complete IEP. I can count on one hand in 25 years the amount of black parents I've met who have read their child's IEP and psychological evaluation cover to cover. I can count on one hand how many black parents I met who have read their child's psychological evaluation and IEP cover to cover. That is unacceptable. Why are you getting your child evaluated for special ed and you will not even read the psychological evaluation report? Why are you putting your child in special ed when you will not even take the time to read their IEP from cover to cover? Black parents are a major part of the school to prison pipeline. Black parents are a major part of the school to prison pipeline. Black parents are a major part of the school to prison pipeline. But I bet you'll be watching the BET Awards. How you got time to watch the BET Awards? How you got time to watch Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, Love and Hip Hop Miami? How you got time to do all that and you haven't even read your child's psychological evaluation? This is why we need the Single Black Parent Conference. This is why we need the Single Black Parent Conference. This is why we need the Single Black Parent Conference. This is why we need the Single Black Parent Conference, because we got to get y'all right. We got to get y'all right. We're going to have somebody from the foster care system, adoptive care system. We're going to have somebody from the Department of Human Services that can give our mothers and fathers, single mothers and single fathers and single brothers and single sisters and single grandparents some tips on how to stop the system from taking your child. Some tips on how to stop the system from taking your child. Single Black Parent Conference is coming, brothers and sisters. Single Black Parent Conference is coming, brothers and sisters. Your book assisted me with a letter I wrote to my son high school regarding FDMG. Thank you. Thank you, Sister Jennifer. I'm glad my book was able to help you. Thank you, Sister Jennifer. I'm glad my book was able to help you. Thank you, Sister Jennifer. I'm glad my book was able to help you, sister. You must know your child's IEP. You must know your child's psychological evaluation. Number 6, be consistent with the school. Be consistent with the school. Don't be all engaged in September, but you don't check in with the teacher in October. Don't be ready to fight for your child in November, but you don't show up for the report card conferences in December. That's right. Be consistent. Consistency equals commitment. Everybody say that. Consistency equals commitment. Everybody say that. Consistency equals commitment. Consistency equals commitment in your relationships. Consistency equals commitment on your job. Consistency equals commitment in your business. Consistency equals commitment when you are raising your children. Be consistent with the school. Be consistent with the visits. Be consistent with checking homework. Be consistent with your discipline of your child. Be consistent going to back to school night. Be consistent with report card conferences. Consistency equals commitment. When a black woman says, Dr. Umar, my man is not consistent. Sometimes he show me that he cares. Sometimes he don't. He's not consistent. If he's not consistent, he's not committed. Black man, if your woman is not consistent, she not committed. How do you judge commitment? You judge commitment through consistency. You judge commitment through consistency. You judge commitment through consistency. Consistency equals commitment. I'm going to talk about that in my For Sisters Only Relationships and Dating book. I'm going to talk about that in my For Sisters Only Relationships and Dating book. I'm going to talk about that in my For Sisters Only Relationships and Dating book. Consistency equals commitment. Single parent conference coming soon. Conscious singles convention coming soon. Let's go next. Know the code of conduct. I'm telling you right now, if you are a black parent and you have not read your school district's code of conduct from front to back, if you are a black parent and you have not read your school district's code of conduct from front to back, if you are a black parent and you have not read, if you are a black parent and you have not read your child's code of conduct for the school district, you must read the school district's code of conduct from front until back. You must do that. You must read the school district's code of conduct from the front until the back so you know what you're dealing with. You must read your school district code of conduct from front until back. So when they try to suspend your child for something that only requires a warning in the code of conduct, when they try to expel your child for something that only requires a suspension in the code of conduct, you already on top of it. Being well informed is half of being prepared. Say it with me, black parents. Being well informed is half of being well prepared. Say it with me, black parents. Being well informed is half of being well prepared. Say it with me, black parents. Being well informed is half of being well prepared. Number 9, know your child. Know your child. Do not be delusional. Know your child. There is nothing more embarrassing to a black parent than for you to go into a meeting with some white folks or some Negro ninjas, some Negro peons, and your child lied to you and you couldn't tell your child was lying about what really happened. Are y'all following me? There's nothing more embarrassing to a black parent than to walk into a meeting to defend your child. Your child lied to you about what really happened and you couldn't tell your child was being dishonest. You got to know your child. You have to know your child because your child will make a fool out of you. Your child will make a fool out of you. And that's why we got to raise children with integrity and honesty. We have to raise children with integrity and honesty. We have to raise children with integrity and honesty. We have to raise children with integrity and honesty. We have to raise children with integrity and honesty. Don't raise no liar, because if you raise a liar, they will lie to you and have you looking like a fool in front of them white folks. They will lie to you and have you looking like a fool in front of those white folks. You got to stop worrying about the snow bunnies. You got to stop worrying about the snow bunnies. I don't even see the bunnies. All I see is cinnamon, queens, butter almond, butter pecan, fudge, nutmeg, hot peanut butter, sweet brown sugar, African lemonade, and pina colada. I don't even see the bunnies. I don't even see them. They don't even register, my brother. I don't even see the bunnies. All I see is the queens when I'm out. So if you're seeing too many bunnies, I think you may have a unconscious desire to bunny hop. Now, somebody told me that Terrell Owens said he don't date black queens. I'm a Terrell Owens fan. I met Terrell Owens at the Atlanta airport on my way to London a couple years ago when he was still in the league. I met Terrell Owens on the Atlanta airport train I was going to my terminal to catch my flight to go visit my London Africans, my British Africans, my UK Africans. But Terrell Owens, I hope you're not on that Shannon Sharp thing. Terrell Owens, I hope you're not on that Shannon Sharp shit. Terrell Owens, you better not be on that Shannon Sharp bunny hop, because I like Terrell Owens. I like Shannon Sharp. But unfortunately, because you brothers are bunny hoppers, I can't hang your picture up in my school. I would love to hang Terrell Owens' picture up. Hall of Famer, great guy. I would love to hang Shannon Sharp picture up, 3-time Super Bowler, Hall of Famer. Shannon Sharp stood up for the community during the COVID and during police brutality. Shannon Sharp really went to war. And then I found out after Shannon Sharp went to war that he don't date black queens. I can't hang you up. I love Dave Chappelle. But Dave Chappelle be using the N-word too much around white folks, and he bunny hopped. I love Richard Pryor, rest in paradise. I love Richard Pryor, rest in paradise. But he made the N-word too comfortable around white folks, and he bunny hopped. If you bunny hopped, you can't go on the walls of FDMG Academy. If you bunny hopped, you can't go on the walls of FDMG Academy. You can't. No disrespect. No disrespect. But if you bunny hopped, you can't go on the wall. Black queens forever. Snow bunnies never. Black queens forever. Snow bunnies never. That's a rule. That's a rule. I'm the most consistent scholar you know. I'm not just the best speaker. I'm not just the most loved and the most hated. I'm not only the most loved and the most hated. I'm not only the most credentialed and the most requested and the most relevant and the most traveled. I'm the most consistent. Has my message changed, brothers and sisters? We celebrate 13 years of Dr.UMAR being a global icon. 13 years. I've been doing the work for 25, but 13 years as the global icon you have known me to be, as the King Kong of all black consciousness in the world. Have I not been consistent? Have I ever changed my tune, brothers and sisters? Have I? One day you stand for this, one day you stand for this, one day you repping this, one day you repping that, one day you doing. I don't flip-flop. Consistency equals commitment. If you need to reach me, 215-989-9858. If you need to reach me, 215-989-9858. If you need to reach me, text message only, 215-989-9858. International Africans, WhatsApp, 215-989-9858. International Africans, WhatsApp, 215-989-9858. Black parents, single parent conference is coming. Single parent conference is coming. Single parent conference is coming. If you need a consultation for your child, $75 on the telephone, $100 if you want to look at my beautiful face. King Kong, 215-989-9858. Hit the Cash App, $ FDMG School. Hit the Cash App, $ FDMG School. Hit the PayPal, paypal.me/FDMG Academy. This is your big brother coming to you live and direct. Marcus Garvey forever. Frederick Douglass forever. Black Queens forever. Snow bunnies never.